All right, we move into item 3. Consider authorizing the purchase of a 2026 Vactor IMPACT positive displacement combination sewer cleaner ramjet for the Public Works and Transportation Division for a total cost of $364,578.03 from Joe Johnson Equipment. Eric Brown, Fleet Director, presenting. Morning.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here to present this and request a PO for the purchase of this compact vacuum jet router for the road and bridge transportation under Public Works to facilitate some remote cleaning that their current machine can't get to. And this will be a single axle unit mounted on an international chassis. This is a Sourcewell contracted vehicle and piece of equipment. Joe Johnson is our local representative, although they're in Denver, but they do have a local support here. And I guess with that, I would be happy to answer any other questions you have.
Okay, Commissioners, do you have any questions on this item?
I have no questions.
I know in our day-to-day briefing last week, or our staff briefing, Scott had mentioned that this would be the second unit that we have within our Road and Bridge and Public Works Department. And I know Cody brought up the question about, is this something we could go out and rent from time to time? So I was just going to get your perspective on this.
Yeah, it is a pretty unique piece of equipment, and the availability of rentals, I don't know how that is, but when you have a large storm like we did last night, and you might end up with flash floods, I know in the past having that unit readily available and to get to areas they need it is a very, very crucial piece of equipment. And like I said, they have a trailer-mounted Vactor unit too that that they can get back in these smaller areas, but this kind of fits that. In between the large and this kind of the medium, you can get this single axle truck with the capacity with the vacuum part too. The other trailer mounted unit is just for cleaning drains. It's a rotor unit, and I could have our road and bridge or our transportation explain a little bit more about the use, but as far as fleet's concerned, we like having units that we can service, and we've got techs that are trained on these Vactor units, and they seem to be very durable, reliable units.
Sure. And I think maybe the question might have been when Cody was asking was, are there subcontractors that are available to do this kind of work?
Yeah, like again, that would be a question I don't know. I don't contact those in case of emergencies, but I think there are probably some around. I just am not familiar with them.
No problem. Just wanted a clarification for the general public to kind of get an idea of what we're dealing with here. Okay, thank you. I don't know if Scott's coming up to provide or if he's further context.
Answer some of those questions a bit better.
Sure, and this is more for the general public. So.
Scott May, Public Works Director. I just checked with Travis, and he said rentals are not readily available. And just like Eric said, I thought that was a really good answer, that there are times when we need these things on an emergency basis. And for us to have control of where it is and we can get it out and address issues quickly, that's why we're doing it. We also have a crew that their job is maintenance, and we're trying to stay ahead of a lot of these issues that we're seeing where culverts are getting clogged and causing flooding and causing damage to the roads. So our ability to have this unit and be able to get to the places that we need it and address those things immediately, that's why we're going after it.
No, I don't have any problem. I just want to do the due diligence to let the public know that we've looked at every option.
Yep.
So.
And to add to that, I'm Travis Cole, the Deputy Road Supervisor. There's many times where the floods come in, like Eric was saying. We've got places that have really bad drainage areas that get clogged up, and we've been out there most parts of the night, and if we could have two of those trucks running at the same time, we could kill more birds with one stone. Of course, the trailer mounted that he's talking about doesn't have the Vactor stuff. It is just a culvert cleaner, which our truck that we currently have is very large, and getting back into the areas up in Colburn and up on the Glade Park and stuff like that, that's better use for that trailer. It keeps the wear and tear down on the great big machine where you only need the jetter part instead of the Vactor side of things. So having multiple pieces of equipment to try to tackle multiple different styles of jobs that come up will help us out quite a bit. So.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you for your comment on that. Okay. Is there any further comment from the public today on this item? Okay, seeing none, I will entertain a motion to approve the item as published.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries 3-0.